Hi, it's Pastor Rick with some good news for you. At our May Council meeting, which was held on Monday, our church council decided that we were going to open up quite a bit more. What does that mean? Well, one, that means that the number of restrictions that we've been having in worship, we've gotten rid of those. You will not need to make reservations in order to attend worship. I know some of you didn't like that. One of the reasons we did that was to help in case we needed to do contact tracing. I hope you understand that. As part of worship, we're going to allow people to sing. We're still going to keep the service a little shorter, so there may only be one or two hymns, along with kind of our little call to worship at the beginning. In a week or two, we may start doing some singing some of the liturgy, but to make it a little bit closer to normal for you. Now, in worship, we still do ask a couple of things of you. One, we would like you to not sit everybody so close together, which that's usually not a problem in a church. But try with whether you're an individual or part of a family group, try to stay maybe about 3 feet away from other groups. And then we are not going to require that you wear a mask as the CDC guidelines have changed. We would recommend for your safety and the safety of others that maybe you would do that, and especially maybe do that if you are singing. Our pandemic folks have tried to keep their space. It's when they're singing louder, it is hard to do that with masks. I know it might be difficult for you, but that would be a time where we would ask maybe that you would sing with your mask on, and we'll keep looking at some of these rules as time goes by to see. As hopefully cases can continue to go down, what's the best and safest thing that we can do? We are going to continue doing communion the way we have been. It's not my favorite thing to do the little pre-made sets, but for now we know it's safe. It's a good way to keep everybody protected and to still have communion every week. For the rest of the month of May, we will be still doing the drive-by communion for an hour after worship, but we're going to discontinue that starting in June, since everybody will have the opportunity to come to worship at that point. So other things are going to change as we continue to monitor them. We are going to continue having just one service at 9:30. That might be something that changes as we get more and more people. We don't have a magic number or a magic day when we're going to switch that. It's just something we're going to continue to listen to you, to monitor as how many people we have in here, and see what's the best thing for our congregation. We'll figure that out together. And our number one concern is just to make sure that you stay safe and healthy, and that we can find a way to worship God together in a safe place. I know most of you have been vaccinated. Already. Everybody in my family is fully vaccinated, and I would hope that if you haven't been vaccinated, you seriously consider it. I personally consider, when I look at what Jesus tells us to do in terms of loving our neighbor and protecting one another, while it is your choice, I think that part of that means that we are vaccinated, just to keep this potential spread of this disease down. Now, one thing I did want to talk to you about as I walk out here, the one issue that we've had a couple of Sundays when we started to worship together, is that in this pretty small hallway, sometimes because we love to talk to each other so much, we stop right here and we kind of get in groups of 3 or 4 and get a little crowded and talk. I want you to have great conversations with people. I want you to know what's going on in each other's lives. I want you, if you haven't seen somebody, to rekindle that relationship. But I don't want you to be all smushed in here together. You can have those conversations in our worship space. That's fine. You can, a couple of people in here, there's nothing wrong with that. If you walk into the Welcome Center where I'm about to go, where it's a little more open, that's great. I know there's a little more of an echo here. Or feel free to go outside. We just want you to be as safe as possible. And some things we'll just have to look at in the future. I don't know when we're going to start up our coffee fellowship time again. I think that's something we do plan on doing. We love that time together after worship. I don't know when everything else is going to be there, but this is one step that we're going to be taking on Sunday mornings for us to be that much closer to normal, to hopefully feel more relaxed in worship, feel like things are somewhat what we're used to, but not exactly there yet. And together we'll make this work as we've made this work now for a long period of time. I miss all of you. I didn't like this pandemic time and the things that we had to do, but I'm so thankful for your faithfulness and watching online, those of you who came to worship, for those of you who continue to support the congregation in all kinds of different ways. We're getting there, and it's because of good decisions made by our council. It's by responsible decisions made by you in terms of how you lived your life and tried to do your best to stay safe. And we're so thankful how God has been with us through all of this, and God will continue to be with us as things get just a little bit closer to what, maybe normal may not be exactly what we had before, but closer to what we can at least say is normal. So I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, and God continue to bless you every day to be a blessing to others.